everyone, I'm Adrianne, and today's video I wanted to talk a little bit about the nervous system and what happens when we're in the stress response and what we can do in our yoga practice and other practices to help us go out away from the stress response and into the relaxation response. And so our nervous system is always scanning, am I safe, am I safe? And when the answer is no, we get a little trigger for the stress response. And that no could be, I have a stressful thought. That no could be, there's a real threat in the environment. And that no could be, there's uncertainty. And so many of us are living in an elevated state of stress. And that's not to say even, for those that have underlying conditions where, you have more anxiety or you suffer from higher levels of stress already. When the stress response is triggered even more, we go to a space then of being overwhelmed quite quickly. And so another thing that to touch on too, I'm not a mental health therapist, but from the little bit that I've been researching and reading and listening to from other experts, is this idea of if you have previous trauma, then your stress response is basically more practiced. And it's very quickly you can go into a stress response and it's a lot harder to come out of it. And so it doesn't mean that you're less of a person, it just means it takes a little bit more work to get your nervous system to come down and out of it. But I like to think just like we can train our nervous system for exercise and other programming and responding, we can also hopefully train our nervous system to be able to come into a practice coming down into a relaxation response more quickly. So that being said, if our nervous system is always scanning, am I safe, am I safe? And the answer is no, stress response is triggered. What also can happen is it's not just that's the response, there starts to become a hormonal response in the body as well. So not only are we, okay, I'm elevated, now I'm starting to feel stress in my body. Now I'm starting to feel tension in my body in places I don't normally have tension. It takes about 90 seconds for that nervous system trigger to circulate stress hormones and then for that to be processed out of the body. But for some reason we can be stressed 24/7 and we can feel tension in our body and feel in this place of anxiety for a long time. And that is to say that likely there's triggers that keep resetting and re-triggering the stress response. And so what we can do to help, maybe not even go into relaxation, but to help down-regulate the stress response is doing things like breathing. So how do you breathe? Man, it's really hard in an extreme stress response to just say, deepen my breath. It's hard. What we can do is hopefully do it as a preventative, prophylactically, breathe deep throughout the day so that we can hopefully keep that response at a lower level. What we can do with the breath is try to lengthen the exhale and make the exhale longer than your inhale. So let's practice that right now. If we place our hands on our belly, imagine that this upper body here we have a river in Saskatoon. So if you're watching this from outside, we have this really beautiful river. And oftentimes I like to sit and watch the water flow. So on the surface, it looks fast moving, but it looks calm. Underneath, there's a lot of undertow and things happening. So when I look at you, when you look at yourself, we want this to be calm here, not much movement with our breath, and we want the lower body to be doing most of the breathing. And in that way, we know we're breathing deep enough to stimulate the relaxation response. So place your hands on your belly, and as you inhale, feel the belly expand, and as you exhale, feel the belly draw in. And try to keep the upper body quiet. Inhale, exhale, and now we try to lengthen it. Inhale, find the top of the inhale, and exhale, try to find the bottom of your exhale. And now we'll count. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you closed your eyes naturally, you can open them and just place your hands softly back on your thighs. So that's a little breathing technique you can try throughout the day. I highly recommend it. If sitting is not a comfortable position, you can do it laying down on your back, but really just trying to focus on the belly breath and trying to make the exhale longer than your inhale. I hope this was helpful. If you want more videos like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is dedicated to some tools to help you cope with COVID. And as well, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Van Gogh Wellness. Thanks for watching. See you soon.